There are public hearings going on about closing some schools in Wood County. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Phyllis Smith. A public hearing about the closure of Fairplains Elementary School was tonight. Wood County Schools has a plan to close Fairplains and Van Devender and to send those students to 3 other schools in the district. Superintendent Christy Willis says the Board of Education will be voting on the proposal on Thursday, October 24th. More than 50 people were at the at times emotional public comment meeting tonight, and 20 people signed up to speak for 5 minutes. Students at these schools have the option to transfer to Jackson Middle School or Hamilton Middle School from Van Devender under the plan. Students at Fairplains would go to Martin Elementary. There are 2 more public hearings Thursday. There is one at 5:30 p.m. at Hamilton Middle School. The second one is at 7 p.m. at Jackson Middle School. Turning to the weather, it's